Hey folks, hope you're doing well. This is Luke's sketchbook. I put together 15 books. I gave away Mark to a pastor today. I'm trying to give them away, or my husband said ebooks would be good. Send me a message and I will get you some. I've read through Ruth, Proverbs, Esther, Noah, John, and Luke, and then I think I want to do Matthew, Mark, and maybe Acts after this. And Psalms, of course. Psalms is the first book that I put together in 2020. So yesterday we talked about, the Bible talked about going through the narrow gate. Not the wide gate. Everybody seems to be heading for the wide gate, but go to the narrow gate. That's the way to go to Jesus. And it's hard, but it's worth it. I don't have my glasses on me, but open the door to Jesus. God, I believe in you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you, and I want to go to heaven. Open the door, because when it's closed, there's no excuses. Jesus, God, we ate with you. You taught in our streets, but when the time comes, when you meet the Lord, he may tell you, I tell you, I do not know where you are from. Depart from me, all you workers of iniquity. So be sure to get straight with the Lord. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth when you see Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and all the prophets in the kingdom and yourselves thrust out. So you'll see all these guys in the kingdom, and you yourselves will be thrust out. We have a friend who doesn't believe in hell, but if you read Luke 13 and 14, what we're reading now, it definitely talks about it. People will come from east and west and north and south, and will take their places at the feast in the kingdom of God. Luke 13:29. So this is heaven. People will come from the east and west, and north and south. There's my seat. Looks delicious. Here we are. Hey, come on. There's going to be a feast with the Lord. And indeed there are last who will be first, and there will be first who will be last. Excuse me. The first will be last, the last will be first. Luke 14:7-8. So he told a parable to those who were invited when he noted how they chose the best places, saying to them, so he told a parable to those who were invited when he noted how they chose the best places, saying to them, someone invites you to a wedding place, do not take the place of honor. So Jesus tells a parable, a story, to those who are invited. Yeah, I got allergies. And when he noticed everybody was taking the best places, not the not so good places they didn't take. You know, everybody wants the best seat. So someone invites you to a wedding feast, do not take the place of honor. I want to sit here. Place of honor. Don't sit in the place of honor. I'll sit here. Someone invites you to a wedding feast, do not take the place of honor. Be humble, lest one more honorable than you be invited by him, and he who invited you and him come and say to you, give place to this man. And then you begin with shame to take the lowest place. Lest one more honorable than you be invited by him, and he who invited you and him came and say to you, give place to this man, and then you begin with shame to take the lowest place. So that's Old English. Let's talk it over. So you're seen in the best place, and somebody more honorable comes to you, and he who invited you and him say, give place to this man. and you begin with shame, you move to the lowest place. Don't let this happen. Don't be in the highest place and then you're stuck in the lowest place. Kind of embarrassing and a shame. Luke 14:10. But when you are invited, go and sit down in the lowest place, so that when he who invited you came, he may say to you, friend, get up higher. So go in the lowest place. So he who invited you can say, friend, go up higher. Hello, everybody. Here's you. Take the lowest place. Be humble. Then you will have glory in the presence of those who sit at the table with you. You'll be honored and have glory with others. You move to the highest place, and here are those who sit at the table with you. For whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted. So whoever exalts himself will be humbled. I'm great. I'm way up high. He'll be humbled. He who humbles himself will be exalted. I'm not so great. That person will be brought up. So be humble. Then he also said to him, Luke 14:12, then he also said to him who invited him, when you give a luncheon or dinner, do not invite your friends, your brothers or sisters, your relatives or your rich neighbors. Don't invite your friends, brothers or sisters, rich neighbors or relatives, lest they invite you back and you be repaid. Maybe they'll invite you back. Here you go. Here's an invitation, and you'll be repaid. But when you give a banquet, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, the blind, and you will be blessed, because they cannot repay you. You will be repaid at the resurrection of the just. So invite those who are crippled, handicapped, poor, blind, and lamed, because they can't invite you back. You'll only be repaid in heaven at the resurrection of the just. Should we read a little bit more? It's all about feasts. Let's read. Luke 14:15. Now when one of those who sat at the table with him heard these things, he said to him, blessed is he who shall eat bread at the kingdom of God. So blessed is he who eats bread at the kingdom of God. Then he said, a certain man gave a great supper and invited many. Come to my meal. A certain man invited many to a meal, and sent his servant at supper time to say to those who were invited, come, for everything is now ready. Dinner is served. Come to my meal. But they all began to make excuses. The first one said, I have just bought a field, and I must go see it. Please excuse me. I bought this field. Can you come to my banquet? No, I just bought a field. And another said, I've just bought 5 yoke of oxen, and I'm on my way to try them out. Please excuse me. Sorry, I just bought 5 oxen. Still another said, I just got married, so I can't come. So everybody's making excuses. I can't come to the banquet. Luke 14:21. The servant came back and reported this to his master. Then the owner of the house became angry and ordered his servant, go out quickly into the streets and alleys of the town and bring in the poor, the crippled, the blind, and the lame. So the servant came back and said, no one is coming. No one could come. He went to the master of the house, and the master of the house was mad. I said, go out quickly into the streets, alleys of the town, and bring in the poor, the crippled, the blind, and the lame. Can you come to the banquet? Yes, yes, yes. Lame, blind, poor. Master, it is done as you commanded, and still there is room. So the servant says, Master, there's still room for others. And his master said to the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and camps and compel them. Sorry, where's my glasses? Go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in at my house, in at my house, so my house may be filled. For I say to you that none of these men who were invited will taste my food. Let's read that again. Go out into the highways and hedges, compel them to come in to my house. I think that's spelled wrong. So that my house may be filled. For I say to you that none of these men who were invited will taste my food. So there's still room for others. So go to the highways and hedges. That's a song. The highways and the hedges. The highways and the hedges. So go out to the highways and the roads and ask people, please come to my house. And they say yes. But others can't taste the food. They were invited, but they can't taste it. So think about what that parable means, and we'll discuss it tomorrow. Okay, God bless.